name.
Okay, hey, what's happening? What's happening is DJ Ron, the classic DJ from the Bay, back at you with another video. You know what I mean? And that song in the beginning is just a song that portrays how, you know, brother used to live way back then, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days of D-Boy Ron, you get what I'm saying? But check it out. I just want to make sure, first of all, that you watch this video all the way through, all right? Watch it all the way through. I believe I have some points that will help you. It will help her. It will help him, her, them. You know what I mean? Sons and daughters and everything else. As you know, I'm all about unity within our community, and we have some problems, though. You know what I mean? But we're not focused on the problem. We're going to focus on solutions, and that's what we're here for. You get what I'm saying? I'm actually feeling good. I'm feeling great. You know what I mean? Feeling good because I had a good time in Sunday school today. You know what I mean? Feeling great because church was great. You understand what I'm saying? Then I had a good conversation with a bro out of SoCal that I believe is going to be some stuff that will be coming in the future. Either him coming to my platform or me going to his platform. But just some great things about our Father's Word. You understand what I'm saying? And then last but not least, went to a great meeting on this day or whatnot. You know what I mean? And talked about, you know, just some issues within our community. So I'll get to that in just a moment. You know what I mean? But remember, Righteous Ron coming at you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm perfect and like that. I'm not saying that I am righteous, but I'm striving for it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still striving for it. And what I did is I took the time to look it up to make sure that I was on the right page, right? Remember last time I talked about nonchalant, and that's going to play a part in this video as well. Look, I'm outside, so I'm always checking my surroundings when you're in the Bay. You know what I mean? They always looking to bip the whip, whether you're in it or not. You know what I mean? So you always want to keep your head on a swivel when you're in the Bay Area of California. All right, back to the video. Back to the subject at hand. So another word for righteous is to be ethical. It's to be moral. It's to be noble. It's to be virtuous. You know what I mean? I didn't even know men could be virtuous. But at the same time, that's what it says, right? And then it said examples of being righteous is someone who prays, who pays alms, who honors their agreements and are patient in times of poverty and ailment and during conflict. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And, you know, of course, we know scripture says that, you know, a soft answer turns away wrath. You know what I mean? That's times of conflict. You know what I mean? It's good to be long suffering. You know what I mean? That's patient in times of poverty and ailment. You understand what I'm saying? And to pay alms, that means to help people when and where you can. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm striving for it. You know what I mean? One thing to remember about paying alms, because I know there's some good people out there, and y'all do this, but it says to never let your left hand know what your right hand does and vice versa. That means don't post it on Facebook or anything else, you know, the good deeds that you do for one another. You know what I mean? You do it in secret so your Father our Heavenly Father will reward you openly. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that as a nugget. You know what I mean? It's not even in my notes, but it's just a scripture that's in me. So again, striving for it, not there yet, but constantly striving for it, which brings me to honor their agreements. I made an agreement that I would do this video weekly. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going to come out on a Sunday. It's going to come out on Monday as opposed to Sunday because of technical difficulties. Don't ask why or whatnot. But the main thing is I did my best to honor my agreement to do that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Those of you that saw the video about catching feelings with Butterfingers, you understand what I'm saying? Y'all remember when I talked about a list, you know what I'm saying? And why is that important today? Well, in the last meeting I was a part of, the host actually surveyed the room, and there was 6 of us that were there, right? 6 brothers, to be honest with you. And 3 of those brothers were married. The other 3 were single. You know, just how did it happen like that? I don't know. It was like the married people sat on the same side of the room too, and the other 3 were sitting on the other side. You get what I'm saying? But one of the brothers who took the form, though, been married 29 years. 29 years. And what he shared with the group was that and I don't know this brother don't know me. You get what I'm saying? We've never met before. You know what I mean? So I doubt it very seriously. He saw my video, but what he was saying how 30 years ago, he wrote a list of the qualities he wanted in his mate. You understand what I'm saying? Not long after that, he married her. Which goes back to my point about being patient and everything else. Now, I wrote a list, too, quite some time ago. You know what I mean? A list of 50 qualities that I want in my mate. And I know it's not going to be a full 50. I'm not going back over what I said in the other video. You know what I mean? But I'm looking for people to check a lot of boxes. And there's some that are deal breakers, and there's some that are, you know, I'm not even really tripping off of. You get what I'm saying? But the point was, he reminded me to do that. So I'm reminding y'all to make your list, make sure that you check it. And who knows how the Lord gonna bless it. You know what I mean? If you know you're a good man, you're looking for a good woman. Good meaning G, small letter O, capital D, meaning you got God in you. God is in the word good. You know what I mean? definitely get your list, check it twice, check it every day. As a matter of fact, I'm in the midst of checking mine every day. I said I'm gonna do it for 90 days for the year 2025, just so I can have it ingrained in my mind again, that I don't even have to look at my list and look at her, that it's automatic. It's gonna come to me automatically. You get what I'm saying? So it brings me now to some of the points that I wanted to make. You know what I mean? And what we're talking about in this particular video today, you know what I'm saying? The title is, I'm gonna tell you what's real. And the reason why it's titled that is because I've been in some situations, I've been in some dilemmas where dealing with young ladies who play hard to get or are harboring their feelings, you know what I mean? More so harboring their feelings, especially with these examples I'm about to give you. You get what I'm saying? And not just being truthful with me, you know what I mean? So here we are. The first dilemma is this, you know what I mean? My first time that I ever was intimate with a lady, with a woman, with a girl, and I say girl because it was at the age of 11, it was when I was 11 years old, you know what I mean? But here's the thing about it, she wanted me more than or as much as I wanted her. That was important, you know what I mean? Even back then, I let it be known that I liked her, you know what I mean? But she took the initiative and she let it be known that she liked me, you know what I mean? Reciprocation is key when we're dealing with relationships, especially trying to get a good man and a good woman together. You get what I'm saying? This is not for argument or nothing like that. Regardless of what happened with me and her, we're still in contact. You know, I've been friends with her. I ain't touched her intimately in 35 years, but that's beside the point. The foundation of the building is there. You see what I'm saying? So if he lets you know, ladies, you know, take him at face value in these days. We grown folks, ain't got time for games and nothing like that, right? And vice versa with the men, you know what I mean? Men, you know how we are though. Most likely though, young ladies, if you let us know that you like us and we feeling you, oh, it's gonna be on and cracking. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn it into something, all right? So, you know what? I think this gonna have to be catch feelings with Butterfingers part 2, because to actually catch feelings with Butterfingers, me personally, it's like my biggest flex, but it's a problem at the same time, is that I will drop those feelings and won't go chasing after them if it's not reciprocated right away. You know what I mean? I won't chase you, period, point blank. You know what I mean? I'm not blowing up no phones or whatever. I'm assuming that if I call you and you don't answer your phone, that you either A, busy at the time that I call, or B, don't want to talk to me at the moment. And either one of them is cool. You get what I'm saying? I believe in the golden rule, you know, Matthew 7:12, and I think it's also like Mark 6:31 or Luke 6:31 or something like that. But what it says is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You get what I'm saying? Or to make it plain, treat people the way you want to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that 100%. You know what I mean? Me personally, I hate having my phone blown up. You know what I mean? So therefore, I'm not going to blow your phone up, and I'm not going to try to blow your spot up neither. You get what I'm saying? Just because of that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pop up on you. None of those things or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's either cool or it ain't, and I'm cool either way it go. You get what I'm saying? Which brings me to dilemma number 2. Trust issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this especially for younger men and younger women because I don't always feel that way. We don't always feel that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got to go through some things that build us up to the point that we say, okay, there's some things that I'm not going to deal with. You know what I mean? I know what I want, and there's some things that I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know this. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that oftentimes what we deal with, particularly young men, young women, catch what I'm saying, so that you'll know what not to do in a situation where you do like him, because that's what we're really dealing with, right? When you do like him and then act like you don't, that's a problem. You know what I mean? But if I do this, then he's going to do that. You know what I mean? If I try this, then maybe I'll get him to do that. You know what I mean? The Bible doesn't condone it at all. I have not seen it nowhere in the Bible. As a matter of fact, the Bible calls it sorcery when you think and you plan to do things just like that. You know what I mean? The sad thing is that I've gone through it so much that I almost expect it, and that's really sad. Even at the age of 51, you get what I'm saying? Every so often it comes about, and guess what? I already know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? But I guess that's where that nonchalantness, is that a word? Nonchalantness? Y'all let me know. Is that a word? I may get a chance to look it up or whatever. I guess that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? If I lost you at this point, go back to my Can't and Ain't video. Yeah, the Can't and Ain't video, and you'll find me there. But let's move on. Here's some examples I'm going to give you. I was with a young lady who I liked very, very much. You know what I mean? I knew she liked me too, but it was a lot of friction, We thought alike and everything else. Both of us are only child. I had no siblings. She had no siblings or whatever. So, there was some struggle in that, you know what I mean? Because we both wanted to have a certain amount of attention towards us. You get what I'm saying? So eventually it was her stepfather of all people, right? Don't ask me how I knew her stepfather so well, but he was the one that confided in me and let me know that, you know what, she really do like you. I believe she love you, you know what I'm saying, and everything else, but she's going through some issues. I'm like, what kind of issues? Well, you're not responding to the way she's acting. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe you should just go ahead and live your life or whatnot, and then you'll see for yourself. You know what I mean? You're not chasing her like other men, like most men do, because she was fine as she wanted to be. Y'all know how I am, right? You know what I mean? Heartthrob never. Black, nah, I'm ugly, nothing like that. But at the same time, though, I'm him, though. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not them neither. I like to say that. I've always wanted to say that. I guess it's appropriate time. I'm him, not them. The other man is chasing her and everything else. And, you know, that was cool, but how could I trust him, though, neither? You know what I mean? He could have had some efforts or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know to trust him and nothing like that. But then down the line, I want to say about a year or so later, her cousin, who was a good friend of mine as well, said the same thing. You know, I know who she with and everything else, but trust, she loved her some Mr. Webster. That's me, by the way. You know, my last name is Webster and everything, right? So I believed it then, and then even later it was confirmed. But by that time, you know, we both had moved our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But who knows what it could have been? You know what I mean? See, somebody else I'm in contact with to this very day. You know what I mean? Who knows what the future might bring? But I'm just saying that's something I had to deal with. So why prolong it? Why go through all that? You feeling her? He feeling her, she's feeling him, turn it into something. You get what I'm saying? We could have been working on 30 plus years of probably marriage or whatnot. But anyway, I digress. You know what I mean? Next example. Speaking of marriage, young lady I went to school with. You know what I'm saying? I never tripped off her in school because, as many of y'all know, I just go ahead and say it again, you know, same job, same school, same building I live in, same church, are not going to catch my eye unless you like the baddest one there. You know, there's always an example, right? There's always slippery slopes. You know what I'm saying? There's always some things that can be arranged. You know what I'm saying? But I've always admired her from afar, but never got at her or nothing like that because there was no interest to do so. We had the same school. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, we talked, we, you know, became friends, became, you know, acquaintances, I should say. And the Lord shared a vision with me, and I shared it with her. You know what I'm saying? The problem was, this is righteous Ron speaking, you know what I mean? I'm striving for it, you know what I'm saying? I'm striving for it, and I prayed about her, you know what I'm saying? And I told her what the Lord had done in the vision, whatever, and she sounded excited about it, but she didn't listen. You get what I'm saying? A little bit later, though, down the line, a couple years later, we're at a community event, and, you know, we were all there. She was there. She was escorted by a young lady. You know, she didn't come with a dude. She came with, it was a thing with couples, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm DJ Ron, the classic DJ from the Bay, so you know what I was doing. And so she was there. So her friend was like, you know, is you going to dance with your future wife? Do what with my who? She was like, yeah, you heard me. Like, you know, it's like she really do like you. You know what I'm saying? By this point in time, I believe the friend, but at the same time, I'm not that interested no more because once again, I don't need to go through no chutes and ladders and all that kind of stuff. If it's real, it's real. And if it's not, then, you know what I mean? It's going to be whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened, right? She said, I'm going to tell you what's real. She really do like you, though. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. All right. Later on, another one of her friends told me the same thing. You know what I mean? The same thing. But they had fell out, though. That was the thing about it. So this friend, a mutual friend, was really trying to get with me because she knew she liked me. So I guess that's, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I looked at it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, here's the thing. You can't share who you're in like with or in love with everybody. Because you got some women that would definitely backdoor you faster than men that would be quick to take your prize. You understand what I'm saying? So remember that. I just wasn't that type of dude. She was nice enough and everything else, but I remember once upon a time, she used to mess with somebody that I know. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they had a kid together. You know what I mean? So off limits for me, you know what I mean? That's just me, though. That's the righteous Ron in me. You understand what I'm saying? So look, that's the second example. Let's get to the third one, all right? Now this one right here, this was really serious. This was somebody who I liked, and she liked me. She loved me even more. I dare to say I loved her, and she loved me even more. You know what I mean? To the point that she had moved into my place without us discussing it, and I certainly wasn't ready for that part of it. You know what I mean? Because I believe in marriage first. You get what I'm saying? I believe in marriage first. Another video. I'll put the link right here, let you know. And if not, we'll talk about it another time. That's not the part of the story I want to talk about. So the Lord spake to me and was like, you know, this ain't cool, you know what I mean? And I certainly wanted to be blessed, you know what I mean? We already crossed certain lines and I didn't want to go too much further, you understand what I'm saying? Let's step back and we can cross it together, you know what I mean? Let it be a threshold and not carry across. Well, our relationship, you know, we grew apart. You know what I mean? I had a lot of stuff going on with my mom and everything else. And so she was doing her own thing. And, you know, it's unfortunate that I guess she just wasn't for me. You get what I'm saying? However, and I use that term loosely because it could have been at that time. So remember that, y'all. At that time, that's why I don't chase and nothing like that, because at that time it might not be cool, but who knows what the future may bring. There's been several times where I done got with somebody else down the line. Whole other story. So anyway, her beautician of all people, the same beautician I introduced her to, ran into her or whatever. She's like, what's up with you? Y'all go get back together. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Well, look, she really love you. You know what I'm saying? She's missing you, this and that and everything else. I took a chance. I called her. No answer, no call back, and nothing like that. You know what I mean? Then I end up seeing her somewhere, you know. Yeah, you called me. I was hoping that you would call me a second time. Look, do what? What? A second time? Like, you know. And ladies, I know sometimes insecurity, you want to know if it's really real and all that kind of stuff. The only way to find out if it's really real is if you're really real about having it. That's all I can say about that. You know what I mean? She's still waiting for me to call her another time. You understand what I'm saying? So understand this, y'all. I'm not just saying what I think. I've tested these theories, and I'm telling you the best way to move about and go about your life, doing your thing until that right one comes along. You know what I'm saying? Here's a bonus one for you. Here's a bonus for you about that. I'm going to tell you what's real. You know what I mean? I'm DJing a function in the city of Richmond. You know what I mean? My hometown and whatnot. This cat was there. He was like, wait a minute. I see you on Facebook. Ain't you DJ Ron? I'm like, yeah. He said, man, you know a homegirl name? And he dropped the name, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, that's the homegirl, man. I'm tell you what, bro. Bro, she love you, bro. Now, this is young lady. This is one of them tall, that tall woman I mentioned before. Again, another dilemma video. True stories, y'all. True stories. But the thing about it is that, you know, it wasn't cool. And it wasn't cool. But at the same time, I guess the like was growing. You know what I mean? Sometimes absence make the heart grow fonder. I know you heard that saying before. Believe that. It's true. Oftentimes it does happen. So when we did end up getting together, we really had something smooth and real cool. You get what I'm saying? Except, you know, we kind of grew apart and everything else. You know what I mean? I wish her, think she had a baby, her first kid or whatnot. You know what I mean? But she was tall, thick, and she was like that. You know what I'm saying? And God bless her, you know what I mean? Because I certainly didn't want to have no more kids, so I'm sure she's getting the desires of her heart. But what am I saying, though? Had it not been from a situation when I was in high school where one of the boys from the hood mentioned that he was trying to talk to this young lady, and all she was doing talking about me way back in high school. So, you know, I ain't even looked twice at her. I probably flirted with her a little bit, but, you know, but she liked me. You get what I'm saying? And I certainly didn't believe it up then. And again, I wasn't that interested or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So this time around, and it came to be true. So trust me when I tell you, when somebody tell you what's real, investigate it for yourself. But check this out, ladies. It's much better to just be real and upfront from the very beginning. You know what I mean? From the very beginning. So anyway, my folks said at the meeting today, he said, if God gives a free will, who are we to force somebody to try to see it our way? Especially when he gives the man the vision. And I said, you know what? That makes a perfect sense. Who am I to tell you about how to go about doing it? Ladies, you know what I mean? And most good men are not going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Oftentimes we have women that are scarred by men that didn't mean them no good or whatever. So now they want the good man to pay for the wrong that the bad man did. It's a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad it's a bad combination. You know what I mean? If I lay it down, if I put it down and let you know this is what it is, up to you to pick it up. You get what I'm saying? That and catch on. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? So look, the next topic on that note would be the same sheet of music. You get what I'm saying? If I lay the track, I'm the Dr. Dre in this, you know what I mean? I need a Miss Chalet that's going to sing the song the way it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean? Well, let's make a hit. You get what I'm saying? So look, I think it's okay though to be realistic about it and expect a little bit of resistance, but hey, you have to know when enough is enough. You know what I mean? A person convinced against their own will is of the same opinion steals. That's why I don't have time to try to, if you want to be right about whatever that is, hey, that's up to you. You get what I'm saying? You have the right to be wrong about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what we might have missed out on. So, you know, that brings me to the last part of the dilemma is that there's so many of them out there that think that they're the catch. You know what I'm saying? And the dilemma of it all is that my Bible says that we're supposed to be humble and thinking of others higher than ourselves. You get what I'm saying? I believe everybody's just about on the same playing field. You know what I mean? I try to treat everybody the same and well, edify them and everything else. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say, I need you to believe that you're a catch too. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, say it to yourself. I'm a catch too. You get what I'm saying? It's my prayer that each one of you get caught. Remember, it's always good to be good, and as always, God bless.